I have never been so upset about something that I purchased. I cannot get my DMR radio to communicate with the computer through the USB port. It says once you plug it in, it says Windows would automatically detect the radio. It's already got this in it. It doesn't do that. If anybody knows how to get a DMR radio to communicate through an USB cord with the programs that is provided to you, get it to work. The guy that I bought it from said that it was the latest firmware. And it's not. See, it says radio settings, radio info, and there should be one more that says program radio. The guy says this radio is fully compatible with mototrbo. But what I don't get is why it's locked in murs frequencies. Is it because I'm not a ham operator? Is it because the FCC got a hold of it and they disabled the chip in here? What are these other people doing that I don't know? I need help. I need somebody to leave me a comment and explain to me how I can get this thing to communicate with my computer. The computer is XP, Windows XP. Totally compliant with everything. All the programs work. I can change all the settings. I can do this and do that. But when you go to read and write to the radio, it says that the USB port is not connected. I have read articles and stuff that people have written that says, well, you have to use DTM or DTF something USB driver. Others say, no, you can't use that at all. You have to download such and such. I tried to find it and I couldn't find it. But the guy told me on the phone that everything that I want this radio to do is on this disc. And it is. I mean, everything the guy told me is the truth, other than him saying that I'm a dummy. And, okay, I'm a dummy. I'm not going to argue with you. He says he's been a ham operator for 10 years. They've sold over thousands of these radios in the U.S., and not a single one of them had this problem. Well, what I want to know is, where are those 1,000 people? This is what I think really what happened is the FCC got a hold of this radio. They disabled it. They took it apart. They disabled the chip in it. They did something to it that only allows it to operate on murs frequencies. That's not what I bought it for. If I wanted to buy it and talk on murs frequencies, I'd have went to Best Buy or your sporting goods store and bought a pair of walkie-talkies. I mean, that's just what it is, you know. I would, if I'd have done that, because that's all it is. But the thing of it is, it only transmit digital. You can't transmit freaking analog. I can't even get it to listen to analog. The thing that bothers me the most is I can't change the frequencies until I unlock the radio. I cannot unlock the radio. It just won't do it. It says it's under utilities, and there should be a third setting. Everybody on the internet, All of them on YouTube, they all have this third setting. I cannot get my computer to talk to this. So I can unlock that. So I can put whatever frequency, as long as it's in the 400s, in this channel slot. Then I can go and I can do the zone. And then I can add all the groups. And then I can add the color codes. I can change this and I can do that. But for some reason, this phone, walkie-talkie, it's a phone. You can call somebody. I can't get it to function. And the guy at Let's Get Ready basically said that I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have enough experience. I'm not a ham operator. And basically I don't know what I'm doing. He told me if I don't like it, send it back. What am I supposed to do? Send it back? It has nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with me. It has something to do with the computer. And I cannot figure out why the two-way radio will not talk to the computer through the USB. Why it's set up that way, I don't know. You go in the settings to check chip code, I think is what it is, chip code or something. There's like 12 things you can, 12 USB ports that you can use. Once you find the one that recognizes it, it says that chip there's no chip detected. So what they do, did they take the chip out of this? Somebody did something to this radio. Because I don't know why it's locked, but yet everybody else on the internet has no problems communicating between the two radios. What am I not doing? How come I can't get mine to communicate? He said, the guy on the phone said that everything that I need to program the radio is on this disc. This disc includes the software, the firmware, the programming menu. But when you plug it into the computer, it doesn't recognize it. It doesn't recognize it's a USB cord. It doesn't recognize nothing. And then it says to update your firmware, you have to hold the PTT button and turn it on. And the light will flash green and red. I can't get it to do that either, so it won't even accept the USB. I'm trying to explain this stuff to this guy over the phone, and he doesn't even speak very good English. And he just keeps telling me that I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm dumb. It would be one thing if I could actually use it on MURS frequencies, but you can't. It only transmits in digital. So I don't know what's going on. I can't even use it to listen to the police. I can't use it to listen to the medical. I can't use it to listen to the local tow companies. I can't listen to the Tri-County area. But it's fully mototrbo acceptable, compliant. I don't get it. And the guy just basically sitting there chewing me out, telling me I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a ham operator. I don't know what I'm doing. Apparently, you have to register the radio too. Well, in order to register the radio, you have to give them your FCC call numbers. Well, I can't do that until Saturday. So, I mean, whatever. I'll go down there and take the damn test, but it ain't going to make no difference. It ain't going to make no difference whether I have call numbers or not. It has nothing to do with the programming of the radio. It has nothing to do with trunking scanner, 2 meter, 10 meter, 11 meter. It's not trunked. It's not trunking is all I can say. It's not trunking. So it won't even work on the repeater that I'm trying to get to anyway because it's trunked. So I need to figure out something, because this thing just doesn't work. I can change it. It's on the 400s. I can put it down on 100, 150. I can put it on 200s. There's like 3 or 4 different frequency settings that I can program this radio to. Another thing, this is supposed to be able to log into this worldwide repeater system, voice over internet protocol or some bull. How can you log this in to that? I can't do it because there is no transmitter settings. There's transmitter settings, but there's no program radio settings. There should be 3. There should be 3 here, and there's only 2. It's locked. It's almost as if I don't know what I'm doing, so give him a locked radio so he can't go and key on this and this. Another thing is, look at the antenna showing that there's people talking. You don't hear no voices. You don't hear nothing over here on murs. So who's talking? What is this thing picking up? I don't understand. I mean, I obviously must be that stupid to not be able to understand the fundamental of programming a radio. I've always programmed everything by hand. This is programmed by hand. That was programmed by hand. All this stuff was programmed by hand. I've taken radios apart, and I've soldered in conductors, and I've soldered in diodes, and changed resistors, capacitors, inductors. I can build you a linear amplifier. I can do all these wonderful things with radios. But I can't simply put in a frequency code, like 460025 or whatever. Won't let me. The first time that I've ever had a radio that won't let me do something that is totally compliant with. And the only thing that guy could say is that I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any ham experience. I don't have a ham number. I don't have call licenses. FCC doesn't know where the radio's at. They want you to register it. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's set up as simplex. You can only talk to another radio just like it. It will not hit repeaters, will not hit zones, none of that stuff right now. Color codes, group IDs, nothing. I can't do nothing. None of that. I try to unlock the freaking thing. Doesn't matter. I can't figure it out. It says you have to download some driver. You download the driver and it still doesn't recognize it for the USB port. Hell, there's four USB ports on that computer. Finally, I get it to register on 3 and it says there's no chip. Where's the chip? What chip are they talking about? Some 2303 chip that it's a PL chip and it don't. I mean, what? I must be that stupid. I must be that freaking stupid that I just have no concept about how any radios work or anything. I've only been doing this shit for 6 years. Like, that doesn't give me enough experience to know better, to know what to do and what not to do. They want me to run down and get a license? Fine. I'll run down and get a license, and I guarantee you that still ain't going to allow the radio to communicate with the computer. Something happened to it. Somebody did something to it. They either disconnected that chip, the cable is not recognizing it. I don't know. I really don't know. You plug it in, and you know how it make that noise bink when you plug it in. The computer registers it plugging in, but then it'll go beep beep, and it doesn't register. It doesn't register nothing. How else do you program it? You go in there and you program it. Repeater frequencies and all this in the program. You can put in all this stuff, and you go ahead and you do all that, and then you go to hit send it to the radio. Won't work. The radio won't communicate with the computer. So I don't know what to do. It's not the latest firmware. It's locked. You can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it the way it sits. What I really think happened is somewhere between California and here, the FCC, the government, seized this radio, took it apart, disabled the chip in it. Well, what they did is they programmed it to murs frequencies. Then they disconnected the chip and said, here you go. You don't have a license. It's simplex. It's simplex. That's the only thing you can use because you don't have a license is simplex. I'm murs. That's it. You can't change the channels, can't program the frequencies, you can't do this, can't do that, but everybody else is. Everybody else has ham licenses. I guarantee you that that's probably what happened. They programmed this radio so it's inert. You can't do nothing with it. The government, they disconnected the chip. They did something to it. They had to have. They've had to have done something to it. Because I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Everything else works, but it will not talk to the radio. No matter what I try. Downloading new drivers, anything just will not work. So, if anybody's got any ideas, please let me know. And I'm sure everybody's going to say, well, you got to install this driver. Well, yeah, if it was that easy, it would be working by now. So, fuck it.